Welcome to the Deep Dive. We cut through the noise, get straight to the core. Today, we're digging into a really curious modern myth, Mel's Hole. Now, this isn't your standard political conspiracy. It's more like, well, modern folklore, really. A story that wedges together the supernatural, government secrets, and stuff that seems to just break physics. So our mission today, break down where this story came from, the really bizarre claims made by the main guy, Mel. And, look at the attempts to see if this place could even be real. It's a great case study, actually, how one weird anecdote can just explode into a legend, all fueled by speculation and, let's be honest, our fascination with the unknown. We've gone through our sources, pulled out the key bits, the insights about this very strange legend for you. Okay, let's unpack this. It starts back in 1997 on that legendary late-night show, Coast to Coast AM. If you remember the days before the internet took over everything, that show, Art Bell's show, it was a place for this stuff.
Oh, absolutely. A real cultural touchstone for anyone into the paranormal. UFOs, ghosts, people called in with everything.
It was a platform where these wild accounts could get an airing. Yeah.
Exactly, and just by being talked about openly, they gained a kind of legitimacy. It was quite something.
So into this scene, February 21st, 1997, a caller comes on, says he's Mel Waters from Ellensburg, Washington. And his first story, the core of it, was kind of simple, but wow, captivating. He claimed he owned this property, remote place, and it had this hole on it. Not a big cave opening, more like a small man-made shaft, he said.
Right. And the
He seemed to have no bottom.
And his method for figuring this out, that's what grabbed people initially, I think.
Yeah, tell us about that.
He said he started lowering weights on fishing line, just kept feeding it down. He claimed he let out 80,000 feet of line. That's, what, over 15 miles?
15 miles.
Down a hole.
And still hadn't hit anything.
Think about that, 80,000 feet. It's just astounding.
It really is.
And the way Mel told it on the radio, he was so calm, so matter of fact.
Yeah, that delivery was key. Despite how unbelievable it sounds, that calmness gave it this authenticity.
It definitely resonated. People were hooked. Set the stage perfectly for this bottomless pit idea.
But it didn't stop there, did it?
Yeah.
Mel kept calling Coast to Coast AM over the years.
Oh no, it escalated quite a bit.
The claims got more elaborate, more bizarre, frankly.
They really did. What started as maybe a weird geological thing, it veered sharp left into the supernatural.
Made the story much stickier, more complex.
Layered, yeah, more compelling.
So what kind of things did he start claiming? Give us the highlights, or maybe the lowlights.
Well, one of the most famous ones, infamous maybe, the dead dog.
Ah, yes, the dog.
They claim a neighbor's dog died, and they toss it in the hole. Grim, I know.
Right.
But then later, the dog was apparently seen, alive, running around in the woods nearby.
Whoa. Okay, back from the dead.
Sort of, but here's the really unsettling part, Mel added.
Go on.
The dog was totally silent. Wouldn't respond to its old owner. Just there. Alive, but wrong.
That's got a real Pet Cemetery vibe.
Yeah.
Properly chilling.
Exactly. It adds this whole other layer of dread.
Okay, what else? That's pretty out there already.
Then there was the ice. The transforming ice.
Flammable ice, wasn't it?
That's the one. He claimed he lowered a bucket of ice down, pulled it back up.
Yeah.
Still solid ice, but warm to the touch. And if you put a match to it, it burned.
Flammable ice, that just messes with your head, doesn't it? Physics goes out the window.
Completely defies known physics. Creates this unique anomaly.
And the sound, or lack of it.
Right. The acoustics. Or the absence of them.
He said you could throw anything down there, big or small.
And nothing. No sound of impact, no echo, like it just swallowed sound.
Eerie.
Very. And then the radio thing.
Oh, yeah. Radio's near the hole, acting weird.
Picking up strange broadcasts you couldn't understand, or playing music from, like, decades ago.
As if it was tuning into another time. Or dimension.
That was the implication. Like something out of sci-fi, as you said.
It's these extra details, isn't it? They make the myth.
Absolutely. They add the uncanny, the supernatural. Makes it much harder to just dismiss. Sticks in your mind.
And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, the story took another turn.
The government showed up.
Right. The classic conspiracy trope. Suddenly it's not just a weird hole, it's a cover-up.
It fits the pattern, doesn't it? Mel claimed that, word got out.
And then?
Then a convoy arrives. Federal agents, he said, took over his land.
Just like that.
Cordoned off the area. And offered him a huge amount of money.
You do what?
To leave. Shut up about the hole, never mention it again. That element, the government secrecy, It played right into the coast-to-coast audience's interests. Hidden truths,
Made the story fit perfectly there, and it didn't stop with just being paid off, did it?
No, in a later call, he added another layer.
Which was?
He claimed he'd been relocated, all the way to Australia.
Austral, why?
Part of a witness protection program, supposedly, because of what he knew about the hole.
Which conveniently makes him impossible to find, right?
Exactly. Makes the story almost impossible to verify. He's now the whistleblower, silenced by the shadowy government.
It's a clever narrative structure, in a way.
It really is. Any lack of evidence just reinforces the conspiracy claim. Can't find Mel, government hid him. Can't find the hole, government filled it in or secured it. It's self-sealing.
So, with a story this wild, this captivating, people must have tried to find it.
Oh, definitely. That urge to find something so extraordinary. It's powerful,
Right.
especially when told so convincingly.
So, actual searches happened.
They did. In 2002, there was quite a notable one. A group of paranormal researchers, enthusiasts.
Led by who?
A guy named Gerald Osborne. He also went by Red Elk. They mounted a proper expedition, searched the area around Ellensburg.
And the result?
Nothing. Came up completely empty. No hole matching Mel's description.
Okay, so boots on the ground found nothing. What about, official checks, records?
That's where it gets even more problematic for the story. Journalists, skeptics, they did the digging.
And property records.
Zero evidence. No record of anyone named Mel Waters ever owning property in Catitas County, where Ellensburg is.
That's a pretty big hole in the story itself.
A fundamental one. And then there's the science. The geology.
Right, you mentioned the depth earlier. 80,000 feet.
Geologists are unanimous. A hole that deep. It's physically impossible.
Why?
The pressure, the heat, miles down in the Earth's crust. Any void that large would simply collapse under the immense weight and temperature. It couldn't stay open.
So nature itself would basically fill it in.
Instantly, relatively speaking. For context, think about the deepest hole humans have ever drilled. The Kola super deep borehole in Russia.
How deep is that?
About 40,000 feet. Took them decades. And that's less than half what Mel claimed. The physics just don't work.
So, scientifically, geologically, just no.
Pretty much just solid no.
And Mel himself, was he ever confirmed to be a real person?
Never. His identity remains a mystery, which leaves most people to think.
He was made up.
Either entirely fictional, or maybe it was a kind of performance art, a radio hoax carried out over several years.
So where does that leave us? We have this story, clearly not real, based on evidence and science, yet it persists.
It absolutely does. The legend of Mel's Hole is still out there. People still talk about it.
Why do you think that is? Even now, with instant fact-checking.
I think it's that blend. The mix of the familiar, a weird thing on someone's land, with the utterly fantastic.
Bottomless pits, zombie dogs, flammable ice, government cover-ups.
It ticks all the boxes, doesn't it? For a story that grabs the imagination and doesn't let go, it resists simple facts because the story itself is just so much more interesting.
And looking at Mel's Hole, it really tells us something bigger, doesn't it? About myths and stories in general.
It really does. It's more than just one weird tale. It helps us dissect how urban legends are born and how they spread.
How's it work, typically?
You get an origin, like Mel's Call, a compelling storyteller. Then the collective imagination just runs with it. It shows how powerful storytelling is in shaping what we believe, sometimes more powerful than logical proof.
And the platform mattered too, right? Coast to Coast AM.
Hugely important. In the pre-internet era, that show was the viral engine for these kinds of narratives. It gave them a massive audience night after night.
And it taps into something deeper in us, maybe.
Definitely. That allure of the unknown. Why are we so drawn to mysteries, to things that science seemingly can't explain? Mel's Hole is a perfect example.
And the conspiracy angle.
That plays into a widespread distrust of authority, of government. That feeling that powerful forces are hiding things from us. It resonates with a lot of people, even today.
So when we boil it all down, the story of Mel's Hole, it's not really about a physical hole in Washington state.
No, it's about belief. It's about the power of a well-told story.
And that maybe human desire to find something extraordinary, something magical, just hiding under the surface of our everyday lives.
Exactly, the mundane becoming profound.
Which leaves us, and you, with something to think about. In this age we live in, saturated with information, where debunking is often just a click away. Why do some stories like this, stories that are scientifically impossible, still capture us? Why do they hang on, take on a life of their own? What does that persistence tell us about ourselves? About our own need for wonder, maybe? Our capacity to believe in the unbelievable?